US President Joe Biden and the Chinese President Xi Jinping had an icebreaker in San Francisco on the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Meet. The effort was to rebuild bridges and take forward the Bali process between the two powerful world leaders. However, China and the United States remain wary of each other, and while military-to-military communication is restarting, Joe Biden reiterated his comment about President Xi Jinping being a dictator, indicating there still is some time before there is a meeting of the minds. China, of course, called this statement irresponsible.
In the middle of a trade war and global power play, US President Joe Biden and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping held talks in San Francisco. The dialogue, described as constructive, is seen as a step towards thawing frosty relations between the two countries. President Biden and President Xi agreed to re-establish military communications, open US-China hotline, get experts to discuss risk of artificial intelligence, and stop proxy attacks on the US in the Middle East. The leaders reached an agreement to reopen military contacts that were cut after then House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan. But in an off-the-cuff remark, President Biden, while leaving the press conference, took a jibe at Xi.
Mr. President, after today, would you still refer to President Xi as a dictator? This is a term that you used earlier this year.
Well, look, he is. I mean, he's a dictator in the sense that he is the guy who runs a country that is a communist country that is based on a form of government totally different than ours.
China hits back, claiming US and China can only be adversaries or partners with no middle ground. China claims remarks were extremely wrong and an irresponsible political manipulation. This kind of statement is extremely incorrect and irresponsible political manipulation, which China resolutely opposes. It needs to be pointed out that there are always some ill-intentioned individuals attempting to sow discord and damage in the US-China relations. Ties between the US and China have been strained since spy balloons were spotted in American skies this year. The two sides have also escalated a trade war, with China instituting new export curbs on critical minerals last month. Bureau Report, India Today.